If you're a contractor and you're losing your best workers each year, or you're saying, well, I can't find good help anymore these days, then you're probably losing $150,000 in profit every single year. And it's not because of your employees, it's because of your systems. In this video, I'm going to show you how having a poor hiring and training system for your business is quietly destroying at least 6 figures of profit each and every year. And the 3 systems that you need to create a high-performing, self-managing team so that way you can grow your business and get onto the day-to-day operations. Now, this is just one of the 4 profit leaks that I consistently see again and again inside construction businesses. And so if you want the other 3 profit leaks, then just comment leaks below and I'll send that right over to you. Now, if you don't know who I am, I'm Liz Chism, and I help contractors scale their business through systems and processes so they can actually be more profitable and get their time back. Most contractors think their biggest headache is just getting more jobs and staying busy. And what they don't realize is getting more jobs is marketing on a client perspective, but getting more employees is marketing on an employee perspective. So attracting and retaining talent is similar to attracting and retaining the best clients that you actually want to work for. Unfortunately, most contractors don't have a hiring system in place, and so they end up hiring fast, firing fast, not having enough time for training, having turnover, having low performance, and then because of that, they've got all of these holes in their business that are all people holes. So then they fill those people holes and try to manage everybody and try to get everybody to do the things that they need to be doing, and it ends up becoming chaos in their business. This is where the owner becomes the bottleneck for everything because there's no trust built with the wrong employees. So they're like, well, they can't do that, so I'll just jump in and do that. Well, they're busy doing that, so I'll just do that. And then all of a sudden, you're playing this whack-a-mole game in your business and you are stretched super thin. You're the bottleneck of your business. There's chaos. Everything's in your head because nobody can figure out how to do anything. And then you have so many issues that it all comes down to having the right people in the right place for your business to thrive. So let's put a couple of numbers to this so that way you understand where I'm coming from when I talk about these numbers. Let's say that your average field employee is making $60,000 a year. Every time someone leaves, it costs about 30% of their annual salary in mistakes and training and hiring and lost time on the job and all the things that go into having that type of turnover. So every time you have somebody leave, that's 30% that's costing you in your business. If you lose 3 employees a year, that's costing you $54,000. Now, most of the time you have employees that should be gone. And so they are actually costing you more by staying in your business because they're costing you low performance, disengagement, rework, and all the other headaches that come with that. And then your time is being spent trying to micromanage them. And therefore you can't work on your business because you're trying to work in your business with low performance employees. And so usually you need to get rid of a few employees before you start hiring the A players. Now, you may have A players in your business that you want to keep, but if you don't have these systems in place to keep them, then they will walk right out your door. And then therefore you're back at the beginning trying to scramble and get people. And you're just on this hamster wheel of craziness that won't fix your business and won't help you scale your business. And between losing your A players because you've got chaos in your business and you don't have systems in place and getting rid of and having to rehire mediocre employees, you're looking at $150,000 to $200,000 of profit that you have to spend every single year, or you don't make every single year on those employees because you don't have the systems and processes in place. So the very first thing that you need to do when you're trying to think about hiring is, who do you need to hire? I have a hiring ladder for this, and it walks you every step of the way of where you are in business and who you need to hire first. Most people end up hiring somebody at the top of the ladder, and then the owner has to fill in as that person's employee, kind of, in order to actually make it all work because all these jobs are not getting done. And so you actually need to make sure that you are hiring employees and then managers and then leaders. So that way you can actually grow your business from the ground up. If you hire a manager, then they'll end up managing you and you're stuck back on the tools, or you're stuck doing the things that you don't want to do. Which leads me to the second system of having a way to understand, based off of what I'm really good at, who do I need to hire that's going to complement my genius or what I'm really good at, my superpowers? But what ends up happening is you end up doing it in reverse. And so the owner is really good at sales and estimating and project management, But then they go and hire all of those and they get stuck doing the admin work because they hired for the wrong genius. And so you need to understand, okay, who are you? What do you like to do? What lights you up in your business? What is it that you could do that every day for the rest of your life and you'd be totally fine? Like, what is it that would make that statement come true that they say, if you love what you do, you never work a day in your life? That needs to be true for what you're doing. And so then you end up hiring everything else out. We did this in one particular construction business where they were not really good at finishing the job, like crossing the T's, dotting the I's, and making sure that job got done. And so when they went to go hire somebody for a project management type role, we actually called them a project coordinator. What ended up happening is they would get resumes in and I'd be like, nope, not the right person. This person wants to invent. This person wants to coordinate the schedule and who is going to do what, which is fine, but they already had people for that. They really needed somebody to coordinate the end of a job so they could close it on time, get it finished and everything. And they ended up finding that person that fit that role perfectly. And that's what she loves to do. And so therefore they were able to actually scale their business by just knowing what role they needed to hire for and then hiring for that role. When you know and you're crystal clear on who you want to hire, then hiring actually becomes a whole lot easier. And the next one is a leadership cadence. This is where you create predictability in your business. Employees do not like chaos and A players do not like chaos. You need to create a consistent cadence in your business for how you are going to do the different things. Like, how are you going to actually help them be accountable? That is a system that most contractors don't have in place. When are you going to check in on them and they're going to report what they are doing and how they're doing it? Most contractors just have that as an afterthought, or I should do it, but I really shouldn't. And all of these things don't take a lot of time. They just take a little bit of planning to plan out your week and then stick to the cadence without delay. I know that you don't have an SOP for how to brush your teeth, but you still do it every single night. Same thing in your business. Just because you don't have a piece of paper or an SOP or a system for this, you need to have that cadence of the accountability for your employees so you can train them, you can help them be accountable, and you can actually keep the A players because they thrive in that environment. Now, like I mentioned, this is only one of the 4 profit leaks I see in so many contractors' businesses. So if you want the other 3, then just comment leaks below and I'll send that right over to you.